Peace, love, alafia, namaste to all. It's your girl Divine Chaos, better known as Queen of Wands, and I am back with a message for the collective. Please keep in mind that all my content or any messages that I send out may or may not resonate with you in your circumstance at this time. Also keep in mind that if it doesn't resonate today at this present time, it could very well resonate weeks, months, and even years down the line. So please take what resonates and leave the rest. If you are new here, welcome and namaste. If you are returning, welcome back and namaste as well. I now call on my divine protection, my divine ancestors known and unknown, my divine spirit guides known and unknown, any deities that are known and unknown that are walking with me for my highest good at this present time. I call on protection over my channel. But I fear no bitter bitch in this physical realm or the spiritual realm. You see, my ancestors seek retribution to all those who invade my peace, my space, and my channel. You see, they have my back in any and all realms, just in case you need to know. So I pity anyone who is dumb enough to try their hand. The enemy, the ops, darkness. You see, their roots do not take hold of me, nor do their magic carries no authenticity. You see, I mind my own blessings and stay in my own lane, while my spirit team guards me from any and all adversity. With that being said, any palo, ifa, black magic, hoodoo, voodoo, spells, hexes, curses, inclinations that is sent to me or my channel or my viewers, I return to sender 10,000-fold, as your energy is never needed on this channel. So collective, I have been away because I have been working on a missing person case in my hometown. And 3 years ago, I had a case that I took on due to what Spirit had led me to do. And in the end, I was able to help that family a little bit, not retrieving, knowing her, the whereabouts was just daunting. And here we are again, but this child is 13, missing in Gary, Indiana, by the name of Janae McMichael, Janae Rogers. So I had to call judgment in this situation. I had to call judgment upon the heads of any and all that is involved in this child's case, because it's something sinister going on, right? Something sinister has happened to this child, and the mother, as well as other people involved, know exactly what's going on. And these are the things that you got to figure out when it comes to a calling or a gift that you may have. These type of things. So the fact that I can read pictures to where I can look at somebody's eyes and it can tell me a lot of information, I instantly jumped on this. But I jumped on this because the spirit of this child already came to me, and I remember it. I can't remember the exact date, but a couple of days ago, like 6 or 7 days ago, something fell in my room. And as a psychic medium, Spirit doesn't talk to us in sentences like I'm talking right now. Spirit talks to us in signs, symbols. They move things, they make things happen to get the person's attention. So 6 or 7 days ago, like 2 in the morning, well, I can't remember the date, I'm gonna say, but I had a dream of somebody getting kidnapped. I saw the details, and what was shocking is that I was able to recall the street that I was on, where the sirens were sounding, and where a royal blue pickup truck was involved. As I stated in my dream, that it was I had got the news in my dream that 2 people I knew, females, had passed away. So just knowing one of them's name struck me, and I instantly was emotional in the dream. For some odd reason, which isn't odd, that's how spirit works in the dream world. For some reason, spirit did not want to disclose the other female's name flat out. Either way it went, I was bawling in the dream. I remember being very emotional, and so much so to where my dream switched from hearing that to my family, us being at the ocean at night. But because if we are still in my hometown, I'm going to say Miller Beach area. So I just saw us at a body of water, the women in my family. I remember distinctively my mother was like leading whatever was going on at the water with us women. And then it switched from that to me being on Broadway. Excuse me. Excuse me, I'm sorry. And see, spirit is trying to interfere. Excuse me. Spirit is trying to interfere due to the sneezing. Something doesn't want me to get this message out, but it's going to get out anyway. I remember I've had dreams all the time, and I have the gift of premonition. And with the gift of premonition, I can tap into the past, the present, or the future, or spirit will show me bits of a person's past, present, and future, even my own. But in the end, if it's something that needs to be known, it will show me. So I remember being on Broadway. I think 15th. I think that was like 17th and Broadway, I believe. Wherever the library is at on the corner, right there, at the light, accident must have happened. I'm figuring it was an accident towards 17th in Virginia, because that's where the sirens were going. So it was like one ambulance, but I remember hearing and seeing so many police back to back to back to back following each other, stopping this light at the library on the corner on Broadway, to where I was walking with somebody in my family or somebody I knew. Spirit didn't really get a chance to show me who I was walking with, but I was walking with somebody because I was still emotional. And being emotional and walking, I remember it was at night when I was walking. So the dream was at night. I remember the sirens were going off so much so that I stopped crying to turn around to see how long are these police going towards Virginia. But I remember a whisper in a dream saying, it's an emergency, it's an emergency. So sirens in a dream, that's what it means in certain situations. So in this one, it came off like an accident, but it was still an emergency because the sirens would not stop. And even when we thought they were going to stop, it was still police following behind. In the midst of the sirens, when it got time for it to get low, we were walking past where the cars were waiting in line for the light, and it was a royal blue pickup truck. It had a hatchback top on it. I can hear beating, and I can hear a male saying, "Let me the fuck up out of here." And I thought I was tripping, so I kept walking and weeping, and then I heard it again. And me and the person that was walking with me, we turned around together, and we can hear the beating over the sirens because the sirens kept going. And when we heard the beating and saying, "Let me out of here," the hatchback top was, flapping a little bit. And I could see a silhouette of a person's head. And I heard the screams again, even over the sirens. Now, the dream world was not having me to pay attention to the driver, but I can distinctively tell that the driver, when the driver heard it, instead of getting out because it was too many cars at the light, the driver just turned up the radio, the music, and the music had went up. As I realized, I was looking at the silhouette of a head in the back of a truck, in the little crack part of the truck. I immediately said, "Oh my God, somebody's getting kidnapped." And I woke up. When I woke up, Spirit said, "Write this down on Facebook while it's fresh, while you remember it." And it was so messed up to where I just couldn't stop thinking about it. I got up, wrote it on my Facebook post, and soon as I began to stroll, as I strolled down, I see this young lady by the bodyguard security by the name of KC, Kevin Collins. His post was saying that this child was missing. So because there was no details given, I thought about it, but then I let it go. And then the more and more people were sharing it, the more and more, once KC went live with the mom, Jasmine McMichael, once they went live with her, I start to pick up things, more things, because the body language will tell you a lot about a person. The eye contact will too. So just in the beginning, you give the parents the benefit of the doubt always, right? So who am I? So I'm, we done seen a lot of cases. So when we heard that, and I saw the live of her saying that she left, or the KC was saying she left around 12:47 a.m., it struck me that a parent can know the exact time, all the way up into the minute, for one, that this 13-year-old walked out your house at 12:47 a.m. Okay. And then when she proceeded to say that, she just want her home, if she doesn't want to come home to her, she can come home to one of the family. That was another thing that struck me odd. Why will you be stating that in your life? And I get it. People don't look at stuff like this because they're giving parents the benefit of the doubt that their child, they really looking for their child. But things you need to pay attention to is a person's body language and what they're saying, okay? Because we are energy, and some of us are gifted. Many of you are gifted. Many of us disregard our gifts due to our upbringing of being Christians or religious in some form, whether it's Baptist, Pentecostal, Apostolic, non-denomination, Jewish, and even Catholic. It doesn't matter. It's our belief system that makes us shut down the gifts that our ancestors gifted us with, right? So with that, I've been into this, getting into my gifts and prophesying. And a lot of people like to shun prophets that are not ordained by the church. My spirit has been working with me to just deliver messages, whether people like it or not, because that's the age that we are in. We are in the age of Aquarius. In the age of Aquarius, there is a rebellious streak because there is enlightenments and awakenings back to back happening in this age. The age of Pisces was Jesus' age. I respect that. But we are in the age of Aquarius now. So we're not in the age of belief, because religion stems to belief. We are in the age of knowing. And knowing is knowing for a fact without doubt. And because we are plagued with doubting ourselves, because we are plagued with doubting our intuition, we come across things like this. That there are so many red flags that were given out throughout whatever has been going on, that we just, in any situation we have, we disregard our beliefs. We disregard our gifts for our beliefs. And many times we can remain stuck in our situations because a certain belief no longer serves us no more, whether it's religion, whether it's what you sayings and teachings that were passed down from generation to whatever. There are things that can hold you back because you feel the need to hold on to them due to what your family taught you. This is what sets those chosen apart from others in the age of Aquarius, because many are called in many different beliefs, in many different religions, in many different cultures, and many different practices. There are many that are called, many. There are many called in one family lineage alone, but there are a few that are chosen. You can be called all day. It takes resilience, courage, bravery. It takes stepping up to the unknown and facing the unknown in the universe, letting the universe know that you're divinely guided to, follow the flow of whatever the universe is bringing, because it's all about our thoughts and what we manifest. But aside of that, to say that is to say this. It is very essential in the age of Aquarius to stop doubting yourself and your gifts, because it is your gifts that will save your life. There are many people that are 6 feet under because they were discrediting their intuition, because we were all born with intuition. So y'all be weary of those that's always saying, God said, the Lord said, Jesus said, because I don't doubt it, right? But what I'm saying is have a balance with yourself. If you can give it to Jesus, if you can say Jesus Christ and the blood of the Lamb and all that other stuff, you can put faith and belief in your own intuition, because we were all born with it. We were all born with free will. We were all born with intuition. And there are many that discredit their intuition because they have so much dogma in religion. Fast forward, the more I look at these posts, the more the mom was trying to call herself being cooperative. It was like had me engulfed. So I began to do a reading. Once I saw the mom's live, I did a reading on the baby's energy, Janila's energy, and her energy showed me that she was deceased, that she trusted people that she shouldn't have trusted, that she had a naiveness to her, but of course she's a baby, she's 13. It showed me a lot of males. It was like 4 or 5 males popped up in her reading. Now when it comes to genders in a reading, especially a tarot card reading, it doesn't have to be that gender. That person, it could be 2 or 3 men involved, but the fact that 4 or 5 men popped up, it could very well mean that Jasmine, which is the mom, or anybody else that's a female around at the time, could be in their masculine energy, to where their masculine is overpowering their feminine, to where it comes out in the reading as male energy, right? So it just came out a lot of men. It also came out law enforcement, and authority figure. It kept saying, authority figure. And authority figure in the tarot is law enforcement of any kind, but it can also be a father figure. It can also be a husband, a male leader of some sort, whether they're leading their own house, church, whatever, authority. That's what it kept coming out. So that made me believe that here's another case where people are missing and the police don't give a damn, especially in my city. So I wrote to KC, I wrote to the security that's over the missing person of Janila when he got the tip to get in it. I wrote to this man. I'm trying to get back to the date that I wrote him. It doesn't tell me the date. Okay, Thursday. So I had the dream Wednesday, last Wednesday, or something of that nature. because I remember I had the dream the day before, wrote KC. It took him a day to message me back. He messaged me at 2 in the morning, and we got to talking. He asked me to do a reading again, but rewind back to what the cards showed me. The cards also showed me that this spirit told me that this baby had a secret phone that she has been communicating with somebody with, because these were adults that were popping up in the reading, not children. It was no children. It was all adults popping up. I also picked up that the child was molested. And I picked up that the child had to been molested repeatedly, because the cards also showed me that she was a risk taker. And in the tarot, dealing with the child, because the child popped up, a risk-taking child is somebody that's fast and naive, but she's fast because of what has happened to her. So I mean no harm in any of the family that just so happened to stumble across this YouTube. I mean no harm, but fast means that something happened as to why this child is interested in and sidetracked in that. Okay, this was a couple of days before. They said she went missing August 11th, and that was a couple of days before school was to start in Gary, Indiana. Then when I started hearing how mom's demeanor was, that she was letting other people look for her, and she wasn't so much so looking for her. It's just, when I did a reading on mom and the baby, I saw that this mother was very envious. She was a not so good mother. She was living in somewhat poverty, like she was lacking finances. Spirit gave me something on the notion of maybe sex trafficking or selling her. But then, you know, in the beginning, when stuff like that happens and you don't have that much information, I have to keep what I'm getting from Spirit to myself, because it could be scenarios of either or. It doesn't really have to resonate with what's going on with her. But because of what I do, and I've been doing it for a long time, I even get shocked at what I hear Spirit tell me. Okay, so boom, when me and KC get to talking, KC asked me to do a reading on the baby, and something was iffy about this police that they had spoke to about a tip that they were given from an anonymous white guy, and so happened the fucking Gary police know the man real well. That sounds like a crock of shit to me. But I was doing different readings on her energy with the people that was being called out, and at the time we had the information wrong. We assumed that the other child's father was in the other kids' lives and active and things like that. So, but come to find out he's not. You know, this woman keeps her children away from their fathers. And then I went on Kevin's live and I spoke on how what's going to be hidden is going to come to the light. So I am now currently talking to the grandmother on the father's side, the real father's side. I had spoke to the sister over the phone, 3-way, and I'm speaking to KC. Now I'm speaking to another young man that did a YouTube. He is the cousin to the baby as well, and I'm supposed to be getting with him today. It's just, this is so heartbreaking, because the more and more the behaviors coming out, these people were thanking this man at first. This is and the security KC Bodyguard, he has his own business, and this man been doing missing person for over 10 years. Here it is, y'all swear y'all hired this man, Jasmine's family, only because, and to fire him because he's not moving to the beat of their drum, because he has his own thing established. So it's a red flag to me when somebody goes missing and the family goes one way and the search party goes another way. Like, why can't the family add to what the bodyguard and the security man is already doing, versus giving this man a hard time, cussing him out on somebody on lost and missing trafficking's live, making it about themselves, Jasmine McMichael blamed a woman and her son. The woman came on live with KC Bodyguard and cleared her and her son's name, something that a real dedicated, loving mother would do. And she also asked several times for Jasmine to be able to talk to her like a woman, and Jasmine don't want to do that. Ironically, after that live, and then when they cleared their name, now mom doesn't want the security / bodyguard KC Bodyguard on the missing person case. That's not how it works. See, you never know who's chosen. And Spirit told me that Mr.KC Bodyguard is chosen, a chosen one. And he chose a difficult task here, and that's speaking for the missing, lost, and trafficking. He is literally dedicated to what he does, I can tell. And this is what happens when you can't discern a good spirit. If your spirit is tainted, this is what happens. Because their spirit is tainted, they can't discern that this man is a whole earth angel in the flesh, doing his job, and y'all trying to disrupt him. So what I went and did, because I am who I am, and if you're gonna call me chaos, place divine before it, because everything is in divine order. So after seeing his last live of him replying back to this very disrespectful family, his mother, Jasmine Michael's mother, this is where this woman's attitude comes from. Her mother, overstepping herself, narcissistic, making things about her. The more details came out with this baby is so heartbreaking. How mom tried to give them away to CPS, and CPS in Indiana, Gary, Indiana, made her keep her kids. I blame Child Protective Service of Gary, Indiana, because if this girl had cases that, even if they were past cases, they were cases of child neglect and abuse. This woman in June tried to turn in all 7 of them to the Child Protective Service, and they ignored it and made her keep her kid. As a result, it's a child missing, but you don't hear anything from Child Protective Service. You don't even see Gary Police Department going over there and questioning them children. Why isn't Gary, Indiana questioning these children? Why isn't Child Protective Service in Gary, Indiana even on the case now that the child is missing? That's this woman's firstborn. She has 7 kids. The other ones are stair steps. This child's spirit came to me to try to help in this case, because I ain't trying, I am, because everything that I have said so far has been accurate, and they have confirmed it. What's heartbreaking is I keep telling the father side of the family, this baby spirit is so strong. She is speaking from the other side to try to save the rest of her siblings, because it is stated, once I stated that the baby had a hidden phone, the 12-year-old sister came forth and said she does have a phone that she was hiding real well. They also stated that both of them used to sneak out, the 12 and the 13-year-old. If they are able to sneak out, it's because parents are not paying attention to them. It's also stated that the mother's lover, Jasmine McMichael's lover, Kiera Baker or whatever, ever since she got with her, can't nobody see the children. And it's not a coincidence that this baby was missing before days before school was to start. And then there's more and more stuff coming out, more and more rumors of this child supposed to have been 4 to 5 months pregnant. Like, all of this is really unraveling the story of what mom is trying to hide. So it makes sense for mom to try to do a separate search away from KC and whoever else was on the search, and not going together, because for one, if you had a warrant and you were so worried about the warrant, that warrant is not important. My child's body is, my child's safety is. I don't get it with the certain people. These are people that show signs of mental illness or just pure neglect. Just because people have wounds and are females does not make them a mother. To be a mother is to be a nurturing, loving, compassionate, but stern mother. And the burden that I saw on that baby in the reading, she was very stressed and burdened about something. Now it makes sense, because if she was pregnant, she's burdened about that. And the burden that I felt came from her having the heavy responsibility of being the sister slash mother to the rest of those siblings, because that's what Spirit was telling me. So besides her having to do your job, you are literally, to me, not doing anything about this baby being molested. You're afraid that more things will come out. That's why you probably ain't took this baby to the doctor or any other of the children. This is so heartbreaking that this is need to be spoke about. People are coming together. This is day 13, day 14 that this baby has not been found, from August the 11th to now the 25th. It is what it is. So this is where y'all didn't see me for 3 or 4 days, because I have been answering the phone calls of the parents, the grandmother and the bodyguard, because when I spoke on, it's from 15th in Broadway, where the post office is at, all the way to 21st in Broadway, where the biker club is that my brother-in-law belonged to. In that area, Spirit keeps telling me something about that area. They said they checked that area already thoroughly, but KC just told me some details yesterday about some things that I would spot. You know, we're very close, I believe. So with that, I just call judgment, because I am a spiritual judge. I am a spiritual assassin, but I assassinate souls that are here doing wrong. Assassinate souls that are harming others, right? Assassinating souls that are disrespecting the chosen. And after I saw the video of how they disrespected Mr.KC, Kevin Collins' bodyguard, and his business and his name and his brand, I had to call judgment. As soon as I called judgment yesterday morning, they get the message that the families done hooked up, linked up, and started fighting, and now people are getting arrested. Ironically, Jasmine McMichael and her lover got out 2 hours after being detained, which somebody said either the girlfriend's people is in law enforcement and mayors. You see where I'm going with this? It's so much involved, but there is law enforcement involved hiding stuff, and I'm not afraid to speak it, because at this point, if I have to physically come to Gary as a medium to try to search for this baby is going to be found before 90 days or within these 90 days. Because Spirit told me the number 3, showed me the number 3 twice. So if it ain't 3 days, 3 days pass. 3 weeks, we are coming up on the 3rd week. 3 months, which is 90 days, that this baby will be found. Unalived or alive, this baby is going to be found. But I am for certain that this baby is deceased. I can't even muster up saying that. I can, because I don't doubt my gifts. I can't because it's hard as the messenger and a mother and a grandmother myself. It's hard to speak those words when we are supposed to keep hope that this baby is alive. But who is going to take on somebody else's child unjustly in the manner that this girl left and take care of her like this? This baby didn't know anything about the dangers of darkness and being outside, and what happens, the energy that is in the air at night. This baby just really suffered in her life. In her 13 years, she suffered. So just know this baby got her wings. But this baby spirit is speaking from wherever she is at, because it needs to be justice. Her other siblings are in danger. I can truly blame Gary Police Department. You can do your job, but you're still a human. You're supposed to exude empathy. But it's so much apathy I feel going on in this case with Gary Police Department and Child Protective Service that I'm so waiting to hear whenever they're going to do their job, because whoever is the family of Janila McMichael, whoever is the family of Janila McMichael, should sue the hell out of Child Protective Service and Gary Police, because why does she still have those other kids? Why haven't nobody removed those kids and took them separately away from their mother and questioned them on the whereabouts or whatever they knew about their sister? Because siblings talk. But if something happened and transpired in the home of the mother where them children was at, or if it went somewhere else and they seen it, them children need to be questioned. They are the missing link besides Janila McMichael's physical body. So the message I have is to never discredit your intuition. Because here it is, as a psychic medium and been doing this for years, I battle still with myself on telling information like this when the body hasn't been retrieved yet. Because we live in a time where people don't want to believe in psychics. They'll believe in a whole prophet that's sleeping with the same sex in the church behind the back, but won't believe somebody that God want to use that came from the streets. So that is my message. If you like my content, please don't forget to hit the like, share, and subscribe button. As you let YouTube know that you like my content, you will be letting me know that as well. I am sending love, light, and healing energy to the family and everybody that is involved, and I give gratitude in advance for helping me build my channel. Namaste, Collective.